What do you guys, boy KiingSaySo, and I'm back with another reaction. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the description box for the models out and hit the like button because we are on the road to 2K. More people hit the like button, the faster we get there, man. But y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail, man. Joe Rogan, bruh. Alright, like look, when it comes to Joe Rogan, like as a host or whatever, like when he's on Fear Factor and UFC, super great dude. But I've heard this thing of you saying the N-word a lot. Like, this is not the first time I've heard of him saying this. And that's when it's getting like, what? How can you apologize for it now after all these times? It took, I don't even know, it took for somebody to stand up and for them to remove their basically their content from a platform that you're a part of. It took for all that in order for you to, all right, now let me come apologize. Now let me try to stop saying it. It should have never been said from the beginning. A lot of people, a lot of white people especially, they always try to use the excuse. Oh, I was using it out of context. Oh, I just said the N-R part. Like, bro, that doesn't give you the excuse. We as black people, we said to take the power of the word back from y'all. They said it so much to us. You know, it was like they looking down on us. You're this, you're that. Like, being treated as less than a dog. You feel me? So it's like we had to find a way to take back some type of power, and us using a word that y'all try to, down talk us with, is a piece of getting a piece of that power back, a little bit of piece of it. Even the word itself. A lot of older black people they still don't like that. If a black person say it to another one, they will still get the same reaction as if it was a white dude that said it. No kid you, but Joe Rogan, bruh, do better. The thing is, you know better. So why don't you just do better? You know you on your own social media. You have a name. Your face rings bells. When people say Joe Rogan, they know who they're talking about. They know. As soon as I say the name, the face pops up. Dude from Fear Factor. Dude from UFC. We know this. So it's like, for you to think that you can be in a position to say this shows like, man, this world is really crazy, bro. Like, man, nobody has the past. Nobody.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. No. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox. How Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s, and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how...
Yes, times have changed. It's a lot of things that people got away with back then that they can't get away with right now. Yes, that's facts. That is major facts. But from the gate, you knew you wasn't allowed to say the word. From the gate, whether times changed or not. You knew for a fact you wasn't allowed to say the word. You should have kept it as just like everybody else does. The N-word. Don't say nigga. Say the N-word. We said because, like I said, we trying to take power, the power that word was holding over black people. We trying to take a piece of that power back, even though it's not too much power that you can't take back, because it's still a negative word. Whether you white, black, Mexican, whatever, the word is still a negative word. It still brings up a past of what the word came from. Every time you say it, We said we know where it came from, what the history behind it, so we still know that word is a negative word. It's still negative, whether who says it. Even for black people, when we say it, it still sounds negative, bro. Like no kids. That's why sometimes we try not to say it so much. It's something that just don't care. But a lot of us we try not to say it so much, but it is a part of our vocabulary. But it's because it was, like I said, it was a reason behind it. It was to take a little bit of piece of that power.
Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction, or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying.
I ain't gonna do too much pause, but the Quentin Tarantino part, that movie did have a lot, bruh. Even the Django movie, but see, in that, at least in that Django movie, it was a slavery type of movie. So therefore, that's the reason why they were saying it. And majority, he had the black people saying it. See, Quentin, he kind of like, he's a great director, great movie, great actor, great everything. But he's smart with this. With these movies, Pulp Fiction, yes, he had, what was his name? I forgot. I think one white person said it, but the most person that was saying it was Samuel L. Jackson. That was the main person saying it. So it's like he's smart, at least when it comes to that context. But the word is still a negative word, bro. No,
to compare
no
it to another offensive word.
Word.
He said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody, or just
look,
saying
you
the
said
word
somebody
out
got
loud.
fired, so you know.
I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it, and it could be a punchline, it could be a term of endearment, it could be lyrics to a rap song, it could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but
I'm trying not to do too much spoiler, but it's like, bruh, we just said a prime example, bruh. We use it. When he said that part, that sounded like he was jealous. That's like me saying, in this moment right now, I see these people, that person taking all these trips, and I'm sitting here at home. That sounds like a little jealous. Tell me, don't that sound a little jealous to me? Don't that sound just a little bit? But like I said, we use it to take a little piece of that power that it was held over us with. That's why we do it, because we trying to take a little bit of piece of that power back.
For years, I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist, because I'm not racist. But whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video. To say, there's nothing I can do to take that back.
Nothing,
I
right?
wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad. And it's part of also me doing this podcast for thousands of hours, thousands of episodes, over 12 years. I've said a lot of fucking stupid shit, which is fine when you're talking about most things, but not when you're talking about race.
Yeah.
And there's another clip.
Race, religion.
There's a clip from 11 years
sexual,
ago. I was telling a story in the podcast
you're not
about
supposed to speak on.
Me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia, and we went to go see Planet of the Apes. And we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab, and we got dropped off in this all-black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining, and I said, we got out, and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes. I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure fucking sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying, there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible.
That sounded hella racist.
Like I said, you can have clunky stories about anything, but not about race. And so I deleted that whole podcast, but obviously somebody made a clip out of it and taken out of context. It looks terrible, but it looks terrible even in context. It's a fucking idiotic thing to say, and I was just trying to be entertaining. I certainly wasn't trying to be racist, and I certainly would never want to offend someone for entertainment with something as stupid as racism. My hope is that, look, I can't go back in time and change what I've said. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. But I do hope that this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth, in context or out of context. My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video, but hopefully at least some of you will accept this and understand where I'm coming from. My apologies and much love. My sincere, deepest apologies and much love.
See, look, like, bro, it was like once he got to telling that story, so he said, soon as he said Planet of the Apes, I already knew that story was finna sound bad. Like he said, bro, there's no way people other than black people can say the word. There's no way that it's not gonna sound bad, bro. Especially people, like, not even especially this, nobody, bro. But people that's have fame or have a major platform, you for sure know. You should. It's like this. Like they say, I forgot, it's like ignorance is bliss or whatever. Like, bro, our ignorance is no answer to. I forgot the saying, but what I'm trying to get to is this. Dang, sorry for all the exit I know in the background, but what I'm trying to get to is this. When it comes to that word, bro, you already know where it comes from. You wasn't born yesterday. Even if you was born yesterday, you wouldn't be talking. So that don't mean nothing. Everybody knows where that word comes from. Everybody. So it's like, for you to think that, oh, I can use it in context or out of context. No, you know for a fact you wasn't supposed to do that. That's crazy, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next video, man.